All right, cool. So we're gonna be trading. Well, no, we're gonna be breaking down these markets right here that I am trading for the week. I obviously trade all of these other ones, but these are the only ones that I'm interested for this week. So you guys said you guys wanted to see GU broken down into detail, right? All right, cool. So let's start off on the monthly, right? Like how I said before, you guys can clearly see how we are now entering a brand new month, and you always have to check the monthly candlestick, right? It's a quick flick, you take a look into it, right? So first and foremost, we need to acknowledge that we are bullish on this, right? This is a fact. It's very simple to tell just by market structure. Market structure is king. You have low, lower high, low, kind of like a double top, higher low, it's above this level. Then you have a higher high above this right here, higher low, higher high. So now you need to notice how we're creating a monthly higher low where at previous structure level. So it's like your textbook classic break, retest and previous structure, and then we go. We're literally having that exact same play right here, right now, right? We're also retesting that monthly EMA. So you notice how this monthly EMA is very well respected. Look how clean it is here as resistance, as support here, resistance here, resistance here. So it can very much be used as support, right? So let's go ahead and let's type it up. So we got the monthly bearish. We go down to the monthly bullish. My bad. We got monthly bullish, right? But then we go down to the weekly, and you see kind of how the weekly is saying something different, right? So as you can tell, the weekly has closed under this structure level right here, making this a lower low. So as you can tell here, market was doing pretty clean high, higher low, high, because above this higher high. Then we kind of have a, what do you want to say, like a double bottom, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's very clear what we're looking for now is a lower high to continue down to the downside. You can also see this right here, left head, and then a right shoulder, whether you want to count this as your right shoulder or this one, it doesn't matter. The neckline was already retested, right? You see the neckline right here be retested. So notice as well how we were trading we were trading on top of, again, this weekly EMA. You can see the weekly EMA is being used as support, resistance, support, and it goes on. So now what we are looking for, that we have finally broken under it, which we've been above since September of 2020. So about to be a year. A year or something that we've been above this EMA. So now we've broken it. So that's a pretty strong indication that now we're bearish. So what we can be looking for is now a lower high to then retest this previous weekly structure here, right? Along with what? Round psychological 13600. So now you go down to the weekly, and then the weekly is bearish, right? So let's go down to the daily time frame. So we go down to the daily time frame, and this shit just doesn't get any cleaner at all. As you can see here, we have very, very, very clean, strong triple bottom. You have support. And notice how we broke through this triple bottom without having a retest. I don't even think on the 4 hour. Yeah, notice how we broke through this zone right here on the 4 hour. We didn't even get to retest it on the 4 hour. Just the bears were so strong, right? So clearly the daily is bearish. You have clean daily moves to the downside, low, lower high, lower low. So we're anticipating a lower high. So notice how the weekly structure point, right? The weekly structure that we're looking to retest lines up with the daily structure point and strong daily support, as well as the weekly EMA, as well as the daily EMA right here. So we have this strong level of support going to be used as resistance. So now we know that the daily is bearish, right? So now what do we need for the daily? Well, we kind of need for the daily to kind of literally come in and squeeze to this level here, because we're kind of in the middle. I don't want to say like no man's land, but it just makes more sense to sell it here than to sell it here. Because if we put our stop loss right here, let's say we're going to take this trade right now, you kind of have to clear this level just in case the price makes its way to here, and then from here it sells. That's not the point. You want to do this. You want to go ahead and try to maximize the space and, maximize your profits. So the ideal thing that would be worth the risk would be there. Because if you have this here, obviously your first target would have to be this structure point, and then the risk to reward doesn't make sense. So now when you go down to the 4 hour, you can literally see in the 4 hour how we're running into this 4 hour EMA, but notice how the 4 hour went bullish. We have this low, high, low, kind of like a higher low, higher high. So now we're bullish on the 4 hour. So now we don't have a minimum with these time frames in sync. So we got 4 hour bullish, right? So we need the 4 hour to be bearish. Now that can either happen now from rejection from this EMA or from the fib level, but it just makes a lot more sense to have this come up to reject the round psychological 13600 and then the support level here. But when you go down to the 1 hour, you see how the 1 hour created this really clean double top, and now we've broken through the neckline. A double top isn't confirmed until we've broken the neckline. We have to break the neckline in order for it to be a confirmed double top. So now that we've broken the double top, now we're looking for a retest of the neckline to now go short. So now after that, this is where the trade will make a little bit more sense. You have a 4 hour bearish engulfing candlestick. And then that's here where you can kind of maybe, if you want to be a little bit riskier, you can have your stops above, you target down to the structure level, and then you have a 1 to 2.5. I personally myself don't want to short this unless it gets into this level, just simply because these other trades look a lot cleaner in my opinion than GU. GU looks great for shorts, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but not all of these are in sync. I like taking trades when this is bearish and then this is bearish. If all of these are bearish, then all right, cool. I have no issue. I'll enter at the next trade. But kind of like this in the middle, it's just like, I'd rather take these other trades that they're in a lot more sync than basically GU. And notice how it kind of goes in confluence, because we're looking for shorts here on GU. Just look at the daily structure, right? It's pretty clean. You got support potentially being turned into resistance to then sell. You got a GBP CHF. You got support being turned into resistance to then sell. And then you got your GBP support turned into bias the other way around. You guys get what I mean? Like, it's just what makes sense right now. So I'm personally going to wait for that little bit of a fill to come into this area to sell. If the 4 hour candlestick in about an hour and 20 minutes looks good, I'll consider it. I'll, see if it's worth the risk, but I personally wouldn't want to short it unless it gets to this area up here, just simply because the risk. And also it's Sunday. Like, there's a whole ass 5 days left of trading. I don't need to take this trade right now. I guarantee you other trades will come up throughout the week that I will be more okay with risking the money than taking this trade right now. You know what I mean? Like, we still have a whole ass 5 days. I don't need to rush into this trade right now. And based off of my experience, Sunday trades are not, I don't want to say they're not ready, but they're not there for me just yet. And again, I do believe we will fill in this wick right here. But what I do love is how the weekly has closed under the structure level like this. And now we're looking for the retest of that weekly. What I really like is how the weekly structure lines up with the daily structure. That's what I really like. And I just need for it to fill that. And then I will be more comfortable with going short. It's just a prime example, like AUD JPY right here. Support, resistance, sell. Support, resistance. So you see what I mean? Like, you got to wait for it to come out of that. Right now, we're kind of like right here. We still haven't made it all the way to this level, how it took another whole ass day to come and then reject. So on GU, we're literally at that same exact level. We're after the bullish candle. Now we need to have a little follow through and then the rejection. So if you guys have any questions, let me know.